Okay, so think about how saving works in Celeste and Hollow Knight. In Celeste, every screen acts like a checkpoint. You die, and bam, you're right back where you were. It's quick, forgiving, and keeps you in that loop of try, fail, improve. In Hollow Knight, it's the opposite. You can only save by sitting on a bench, and those benches are far apart. Die on the way, and you lose your geo and your confidence. Both games are tough platformers, yet they make you feel completely different emotions. Games are systems that build behavior through interaction. That's what the MDA framework explores, how mechanics, dynamics, and aesthetics link the designer's rules to the player's feelings. I'm Ulvis Svelpe, a first-year game design student at IADT, and in this short video I'll unpack how the connection shapes the way we play. Back in 2004, 3 game designers wrote a paper that completely changed how we analyze games and what makes them tick. It's called MDA, and it breaks every game into 3 connected layers: mechanics, dynamics, and aesthetics. Mechanics are the nuts and bolts, the rules, actions, and systems the developer actually builds. Think of things like movement, dashing, or shooting. For instance, in Enter the Gungeon, one mechanic is the dash that gives the player invincibility frames while dodging bullets. Dynamics describe what happens when players start interacting with those mechanics, the behaviors or strategies that naturally appear during play. Because the dash has no limit, players might rush into combat, weaving through bullets and causing chaos. And aesthetics aren't about how the game looks like, they're about how it feels to play. That same dash can make the player feel powerful, confident, almost untouchable. And so it can feel something like this. To put it simply, mechanics are what the designer creates, dynamics are how the player uses them, and aesthetics are how the player feels as a result. Now, designers can't directly control emotions, but they can adjust the systems that lead to them. Since MDA works as a cause and effect chain, even a small tweak in mechanics, like limiting the dash, can ripple down, changing player behavior and transforming the overall emotional tone of the game. Let's take Hades as an example. Its mechanics are simple: attack, dodge, cast, and die. But it's how those mechanics interact that matters. Every time you die, you go back stronger, try a new build, or unlock a new dialogue. That loop, fail, learn, retry, creates dynamics that encourage experimentation and persistence. And well, aesthetics is that feeling of progress and determination, even in failure. The game turns repetition into motivation, proof that design can transform frustration into flow. I also asked 36 players what keeps them most engaged in games. Interestingly, the results split almost evenly. 36% said mechanics and 36% said aesthetics, with dynamics just behind. That balance shows how all 3 layers matter. Players connect both with what they do and how it makes them feel. When asked what emotions they seek most, the top answers were challenge, sensation, and narrative together with discovery. Those are the core aesthetics described in the MDA paper. And most people agreed that rules absolutely affect how they feel while playing. That's MDA in action. Mechanics shaping emotions, even if players don't realize it. So, in the end, MDA reminds us that games aren't just systems or stories. They're experiences built through interaction. Mechanics create dynamics, and dynamics create aesthetics. And that's how games make us feel something real.